Hi, my name is Kishore and this is Moving Images. Since making a splash with his first few movies as a lead, Vijay Sethupathi has embodied a very particular kind of acting that comes across as coolly distant and a bit ironic. In a very few years, Sethupathi has transcended from a promising lead to that of a star and one of the busiest actors in the business today. But releasing back-to-back movies and still remaining fresh and distinct is truly a challenge. And in Sethupathi's case, a constant criticism on his alleged lack of differentiation among the characters he plays.
Vijay Sethupathi gangster, Vijay Sethupathi police, Vijay Sethupathi fraud gangster, Vijay Sethupathi doctor. நான் எல்லாமே Vijay Sethupathi தான் play பண்றேன்.
Today, we are exploring the acting philosophy of Vijay Sethupathi, where we try to understand how he approaches each role and why the audience never seem to get enough of him. Have you ever noticed how in many Vijay Sethupathi's movies, he doesn't seem to be taking the plot seriously? He stands slightly at a distance from what is happening around him to maintain a dry and sarcastic commentary.
எல்லாரும் டிஃபன் சாப்பிட்டீங்களா?
சாப்பிட்டேன் சார்.
என்ன பொங்கலா?
ஆமாம் சார்.
பார்த்தாலே தெரியுது. சாஞ்சு உட்காந்து.
This was very apparent in Nadula Konjam Pakatha Kaanum, where the whole plot revolved around Sethupathi being removed from his reality.
சிவாஜி செத்துட்டாரா?
Or especially when he played Das in Soodhu. Das lives in a world of his own that is detached from the plot. Vijay is attached to his characters but is also detached from the plot that he can deflate an otherwise serious scene. In most characters Vijay plays, he seems to acknowledge the absurdity of the plot the character is put in. He deflates the climax in Vikram Vedha by being nonchalant about enemies shooting him.
ஒரு ஆக்சுவலாக சொல்லணும்னா ஒரு இடத்துல வந்து இட் இஸ் வெரி சீரியஸ் மூட். நான் அதை வந்து ஃபன்னாக ப்ளே பண்ணுறேன், உங்களுக்கு கம்யூனிகேட் ஆகும் நான் சொன்னது.
His character has lost everyone he loved and hence he finds it absurd that he has to live on.
என் நண்பன் போயிட்டான், தம்பி போயிட்டான், முடிஞ்சு போச்சு. அதில் அவனுக்கு லைஃப் காமெடி ஆகிடுச்சு. அது அதெல்லாம் ஃபன்னாக பண்ண விரும்புகிறேன்னு நான் சொல்கிறேன்.
This approach to each of his roles follow the philosophy of absurdism. In philosophy, the absurd refers to the conflict between the human tendency to seek inherent value and meaning in life and the human inability to find any in a purposeless, meaningless universe. As a philosophy, absurdism furthermore explores how individuals, once becoming conscious of the absurd, should respond to it. The absurdist philosopher Albert Camus stated that individuals should embrace the absurd condition of human existence while also defiantly continuing to explore and search for meaning. The characters Vijay Sethupathi plays in each film acknowledges the absurd nature of their worlds and yet still tries to find meaning in it. This by itself is something of a subplot that Vijay creates, a character arc if you will. Not only does the film revolve around the main story, but we get to see how his characters deal with the story. This is why Vijay is one of those rare actors who is such a treat to observe both on and off screen. His ironic acting is unique. Irony traditionally means that the character's words or actions are clear to the audience but not to the character. Vijay takes it a step further. His ironic performances are such that the character doesn't realize the meaning of his words or actions, but the audience know that Vijay Sethupathi knows. For instance, in his latest outing as Rasool, a cop caught in the middle of brothers warring against each other in Chekka, Chivantha, Vaanam, his character's reaction to one of the brothers' war cry is,
ஒரு அண்ணன் உங்கள் வீட்டு மொட்டை மாடிலேருந்து பைத்தியக்கார மாதிரி கத்திக்கிட்டு இருக்கான், செக்யூரிட்டி எனக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணுறான்.
Vijay sees his character as almost godlike, who knows how the story is going to end. He uses his knowledge of the entire plot and how the movie is going to end to play Rasool. So the motivations and aspirations of each brother just comes across as a joke and absurd to him, since he knows he's going to kill them all at the end. So Rasool doesn't know how the film is going to end, but we know that Vijay Sethupathi knows. Hence, it is a fun watch to see Vijay play his wisecracking, nonchalant self in an otherwise serious movie.
உன் வார்த்தையில் எனக்கு நம்பிக்கை வரமாட்டேங்குது. ஏன்
பதவிக்கு அடிச்சுக்கிறவங்க அவங்க ரொம்ப எமோஷனல் சண்டை போடுவாங்க. அதுதான் அவங்க பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. கிருஷ்ணனும் சகுனியும் வந்து கேமை ப்ளே பண்ணுவாங்க. அவங்க சிரிச்சுட்டு தான் ப்ளே பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ நான் என் கேரக்டர் அப்படி வச்சுக்கிறேன் சார். நான் சிரிச்சுட்டே ப்ளே பண்ணிக்கிறேன் சார் நான் சொன்னேன்.
The undistinguishable nature between Vijay and the characters he plays have actually paved a way for his audience to identify with those characters. They understand without much explanation why his character reacts a certain way, as they have come to realize that this is how VJS would react. The actions and motivation of the on-screen characters VJS portrays are determined by the writers, but how his character reacts is entirely Vijay Sethupathi. Until next time, this is Kishore signing off saying,
நீங்க நிஜமாவே நல்லவரா இல்ல கெட்டவரா?
எனக்கு அந்த சந்தேகம் இருக்காரு. இப்போது உன் கண்ணுக்கு நல்லவனா தெரிஞ்சேன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, நடிக்கிறேன்னு அர்த்தம். அதே கெட்டவனா தெரிஞ்சேன்னா உண்மையாக இருக்கேன்னு அர்த்தம். இப்போ நீயே சொல்ல.
நீங்க எப்படியா இருந்துட்டு போங்க சார். நான் எனக்கு ஒன்றும் இல்லை.